Welcome to Middle Class Matters Business News in English from Dr CMA Alagesan on CAG Audit Report number 19 of 2023 on Bharatmala pariyojana scam of rupees 7,50,000 crores by Government of India politicians, officials and the contractors in the road projects done by Government of India. Part number 36, 6.7.5. Other financial matters. 6.7.5.1. Construction of Southern Access Road in Dwaraka Expressway. NHAI decided to construct dedicated Southern Access Road connectivity to Terminal 3 IGI Airport as part of Dwaraka Expressway on specific request of AAI. As per the decision taken in March 2018 between the then Secretary MORTH and Secretary Civil Aviation, cost of Terminal 3 connectivity within airport boundary amounting to Rs 300 crore was to be shared 50% and 50% between NHAI and AAI, Ministry of Civil Aviation. Accordingly, the EPC agreement with the contractor of Package 1 of Dwaraka Expressway included the construction of Southern Access Road also. Audit observed that in spite of Southern Access Road being constructed by NHAI at the insistence of AAI, two ministries agreeing way back in March 2018 to share 50-50 the cost of it within airport boundary, and the detailed project report for Dwaraka Expressway Package 1 and its EPC agreement being prepared by including provision of Southern Access Road till April 2022. No money has been received by NHAI as no understanding reached between the two ministries and Delhi International Airport Limited in regard to payment of 150 crore to NHAI, even though appointed date for Dwaraka Expressway Package 1 was 24th September 2020. MORTH admitted in April 2022 the fact of pending of a memorandum of understanding between the two ministries in this regard. 6.7.5.2 Working capital advance by NHAI to the concessionaires. MORTH issued guidelines on 9th November 2019 for grant of working capital advance in case of stalled projects for which interest at bank rate plus 3% was to be charged till adjustment of milestone payment. Audit observed that NHAI granted working capital advance of Rs 90.3 crore to the concessionaire of Vadodara Mumbai Expressway Package 1A and Package 1 HAM project, though there was no delay in progress of work as it was achieving all its milestones in time. MORTH replied in April 2022 that working capital advance was granted to concessionaires as per MORTH guidelines of 9th November 2019. Reply of MORTH is not tenable as Vadodara Mumbai Expressway Phase 1A Package 1 was not a languishing project but was achieving its milestones satisfactorily. Hence, the concessionaire was not eligible for such working capital advance. 6.8 Change of scope. As per EPC agreement, implementing agency might require the contractor to make modification or alterations to the work. Change of scope of work as per provisions of the EPC agreement either by giving an instruction or by requesting the contractor to submit a proposal for change of scope involving additional cost or reduction in cost. Similarly, the contractor might also propose suo motu any change of scope if it was in the interest of the project and the proposal was as per prescribed procedures in the EPC agreement. In this regard, audit observed that 6.8.1 Dwaraka Expressway Package 1 NHAI granted on 11th June 2020 work of free tree transplantation for this project under change of scope, a phenomenon which as per EPC agreement could occur only when project construction has started, that is appointed date of the project has been fixed, when in fact the appointed date of package 1 was fixed as September 24, 2020. MORTH replied in April 2020 that change of scope order was issued to the contractor for tree transplantation and it was allowed to undertake the work prior to appointed date with approval of competent authority. Reply of MORTH may be viewed against the fact that there was no provision in the EPC agreement by which change of scope could be executed tree transplantation prior to appointed date of the project. 6.8.2 Dwaraka Expressway Package 4. Audit observed that NHAI, on the request made in February 2020 by Gurgaon Metropolitan Development Authority GMDA, agreed for construction of master storm drain water drain along package 4 of Dwaraka Expressway on the condition that GMDA would provide land free of cost for the same and also would share 50% of its construction cost. The construction of storm water drain was considered as change of scope for package 4 and its order was issued in May 2021 to the EPC contractor at a cost of 93.18 crore. In this regard, audit observed the following. The work of stormwater drain was not related to the construction of package 4 and hence could not have been treated as change of scope for package 4. Construction of stormwater drain was not included in the 730 days work program submitted by EPC contractor for package 4. The contractor was already consistently defaulting in its obligations for package 4, yet it was awarded another diversified work of construction of stormwater drain for value of 93.18 crore. The work was of a separate kind and giving it to the EPC contractor as change of scope tantamount to award of work to the contractor on nomination basis, resulting in violation of relevant guidelines. It could also not be established whether the work was carried out at an economical price as competitive bids were not invited for the same, and NHAI was not responsible for construction of stormwater drain as the same was the responsibility of GMDA in sharing of 50% cost of 93.18 crore, that is 46.6 crore, resulted in stressing BPP-I funding. MORTH replied in April 2022 that work of stormwater drain was given a change of scope under the provisions of contract. It further stated that had this work been made part of original contract, then its full cost would have been borne by NHAI. Reply of MORTH is not tenable as construction of stormwater drain was the responsibility of GMDA and not of NHAI. Hence, it need not have been issued as change of scope under the contract and also could not have been part of original contract. Thus, the fund meant for road construction under BPP-I were irregularly used for constructing stormwater drains in municipal areas. 6.9 Project construction with technical shortcomings. 6.9.1 Panila More Narula Bypass Pachari Kalan Package 1 HAM project of 4 or 6 lane Panilia Package 1 with a length of 45.3 km was to be developed on flexible pavement. Detailed project report consultant, after considering California bearing ratio value of 8% of the soil, designed the road pavement considering 90, 60 and 10 million standard axles of traffic load from Panilia More Narula Bypass, Narula Bypass crossing Pancharia Kalan and service roads respectively, which were in variance with Indian Road Congress standards as detailed below. Million standard axles 90, 60, 100, 50. Bitumen concrete 50, 50, 50, 40. Dense bitumen cadmium 120, 100, 115, 100. In this regard, audit observed that detailed project report consultant planned thickness of different layers of flexible pavements which were more than those prescribed by Indian Road Congress even for a higher million standard axles as evident from table above. Instead of constructing road with flexible pavement, the concessionaire designed the road on mixed pavement design whereby a mix of flexible pavement and rigid pavement was considered for intermediate alternate sections of the road as detailed. Mixed pavement was adopted by concessionaire based on MORTH Circular 26th December 2018, which provided that concessionaire could adopt rigid pavement in case estimates were prepared based on flexible pavement without there being any cost implication to implementing agency. However, audit observed that as per circular stated above, it was clearly mentioned that such changes could be effected only in cases where such specifications were not given in the agreement. However, in the instant case, it was specified in Schedule B to the agreement that the payment design was to be flexible. Before allowance of such mixed payment design, NHAI did not carry out any cost benefit analysis for savings of concessioners on the one hand, as the maintenance cost rupees 3 crore per annum quoted by concessioner of rigid payment was around half of maintenance cost in flexible payment, while on the other hand, concessioner had to bear extra financial burden due to rigid payment having more initial cost of concession as compared to flexible payment. Furthermore, no technical analysis was carried out by NHAI in regard to quality of rigid ride offered to commuters by such mixed payment design, as such mixed payment design suffered from inherent maintenance issues, especially on the edges and joints of types of payments. Concessioners' adoption of mixed payment design violated the provisions of tendering, as the bids were invited for flexible payment and not for mixed payment design. And while building the service roads, concessionaires changed its pavement design from dense bitumen macadam approved by NHAI to cement treated sub base, but no justified reasons and cost benefit analysis for same were found on record. MORTH replied in April 2022 that the flexible rigid payment design was adapted in view of MORTH guidelines 26th December 2018. Further, in regard to saving of operation and maintenance costs, though it accepted that the cost on rigid payment is off of flexible, but no such adjustment could be initiated in the absence of any provision under HAM projects. The reply is not tenable, as it was specified in Schedule B of the agreement that flexible payment was to be developed. Thus, the MORTH circular or guidelines of 26th December 2018 was not applicable in the instant case, as it also did not allow construction of road with mixed payment. Further, it did not furnish any reply regarding detailed project report consultant of Pennyala more, considering higher thickness of payment than warranted by Indian Road Congress. 6.9.2 Orange Bhopal. This project with length of 48.71 km was to be developed under rigid payment. However, contractor developed mixed payment road by developing 7.727 km out of 48.71 km under flexible payment at reinforcement eighth wall approaches, vehicular underpass and passenger underpass. Contractor was allowed to construct main carriageway of length of 7.727 km with flexible payment instead of rigid payment, although construction cost of flexible payment was 30% cheaper than rigid payment. Further, construction of such mixed road with both type of payments would cause maintenance issues. MORTH did not furnish reply to the audit observation. 6.9.3 Menoboba Tenet. In this project, NHAI failed to review the detailed project report, as it was prepared considering wrong thickness of different layers as per California bearing ratio of the project and respective Indian Road Congress norms. Detailed project reports flexible payment design of 40 mm thickness for bitumen concrete layer and 65 mm thickness of dense bitumen macadam layer was got approved for 20 million standard axles traffic over the design life of the road, considering California bearing ratio of soil as 15% against 40 mm thickness for bitumen concrete layer and 60 mm thickness for dense bitumen macadam layer recommended by Indian Road Congress guidelines. Further, concessionaire was allowed, in violation to Indian Road Congress guidelines, and detailed project report proposal to construct road with bitumen concrete layer of 30 mm thickness and dense bitumen macadam layer of 50 mm thickness, in spite of it also considering 20 million standard axles traffic and California bearing ratio value of 50%. This resulted in concessionaire constructing road with lesser strength and saving around 60.47 crores. MORTH did not furnish reply to the audit observation. 6.9.4 Dwaraka Expressway Package 3. Two packages of Dwaraka Expressway were falling in Haryana Package 3 and 4, where it is being developed in form of 8-lane elevated structure and 6-lane at grade road due to non-availability of proper drainage system in vicinity of Package 3 to drain out water from nearby residential or commercial centers. This package was facing the issue of submerging of it at grade section underwater during rainy season or any other occasion when there was excess flow of water from two sewage treatment plants in the vicinity of this package, which could hinder the flow of traffic. NHAI overlooked the fact that consultant who prepared the flexible feasibility report for package 3 of Dwaraka Expressway failed to consult the stakeholder Gurgaon Metropolitan Development Authority regarding its plans for improvement of drainage in this section before proposing for road at grade. Please like the video, subscribe to the channel. Please share it to your friends who are the taxpayers for this country, how the politicians, bureaucrats and the contractors nexus is looting our tax paid money. Thanks for watching.